Hey everyone, it's Eric and thanks for tuning in. In today's video, I'll talk about a brand that's been on my radar for a couple of years now, but I never really picked up anything from them because they don't have a lot of stockists here in North America, and one of my goals, as I've mentioned before, is really try things on in person, feel the fabric, see how it fits on my body type, and thankfully, starting from last year, they became a little more readily available in my area. So I'll talk about my most recent pickup, which is from this brand, and then I'll do a quick review of it as well. Let's get into it. The brand I'm talking about is Comoli. They were founded in 2011 by Kajiri Komori, and they're based in Japan. I first learned about them in early 2024 from an episode of the customer service podcast, and I remember searching them up and I couldn't find a lot of information about them on the internet. They didn't have a big presence on there, but there were two things that really stuck out to me. One is that a lot of their clothes and their silhouettes were very unassuming and almost plain looking, very similar to Oral-Lee. But the second thing that stuck out to me was that almost all their clothes were black and white, which is really interesting to me. Since they didn't have a lot of stockists and I couldn't buy them very easily, I kind of just put them on my temporary wish list and stopped thinking about them for a while. But starting in 2025, that's when they really started to blow up. A lot more people were talking about them, and that's when I really took a deep dive into their philosophy and what they're really doing as a company. So I read somewhere in an interview maybe that they really care about the air between their clothing and the body. So to me, that means they have a lot of relaxed silhouettes. They want the clothing to be comfortable. And why their clothing is very black and white, literally, is because they want to make it very easy for you to wear their clothes. It can go with any outfit, and that means that all their stuff is seasonless. Again, at first, it looked a little too minimal for me, but then starting last year, a lot more places started carrying them, and I would look at pictures online, and it looked really good on a lot of models. It had that oversized silhouette that I really liked, and it looked very versatile as well. However, I still couldn't find a stockist near me until last year. Venspace in Brooklyn started carrying them in the fall. I took a couple of trips there to see how it felt, and at first nothing really caught my eye, but when I did feel a lot of the fabrics on a lot of the items, it did feel really, really good. I remember there was a waffle thermal knit that had a cotton cashmere blend. In general, the brand Comoli takes a lot of really unassuming, really basic items and adds a really nice fabric to it to really elevate the aesthetic of it. My Comoli pickup is the jacket I'm wearing right now. It is the post-work twill cap shoulder blouson in black. When I initially went to Venspace, I was looking for another Comoli jacket. It was this brown duck cotton hemp one, but when I saw this one, I actually liked it a lot better. And there were a couple of things that caught my eye. First was the gold zipper accents. Most of my other jackets are silver zippered, so that's a nice contrast. And I also like the fact that it had the sportiness of a track jacket in terms of the shape and silhouette, but because of its quality material composition, it actually has the sturdiness of a work jacket. So it has a cotton wool poly blend, and the interior is a really soft cotton flannel lining. This is what I meant by seasonless. In general, I like my jackets to have dual purpose. It can be a light spring jacket, but when it's colder, you can easily layer substantial knitwear underneath. The actual fabric itself, the post-work twill, has a very structured and sturdy feel to it, but it's been processed to feel more lived in, and it's extremely comfortable. I've had it for about 2 weeks now. It's been my most worn jacket and it already feels really lived in. The shape of the jacket itself is based off 90s track jackets, but again, Comoli does a really good job of elevating the aesthetic by using a non-conventional fabric. Talking about the actual jacket itself, the features are relatively bare. Again, it has the golden zip accents. It also has the storm flap to block wind better, and it has a locker loop on the back and a interior pocket with a stitched Comoli branding on it. The best part about this jacket personally is that it's actually machine washable, despite the fact that the exterior is partially wool. That was a retelling of my pretty limited experience with Comoli, but I really hope to be picking more of their stuff up in the future because, again, all of their clothes feel really great in hand. I saw online that they have a store in Tokyo, Japan, and from pictures, it looks really interesting, like a museum. If I ever do travel to that country, I really hope to actually go to the Comoli store. Feel free to let me know down in the comments below on if you guys have any Comoli stuff and it's one of your favorite brands. Also, like the video and subscribe to the channel as it really helps. And thanks again and have a wonderful rest of your day.